Hello guys, in today's video I'm going to show you how I created this African folktale story. For now I'm going to show you the snippet of the story, then at the end of the video I'm going to show you the full production of what I created, so you want to stay to the end so that you can enjoy the video. What I did was to go to ChatGPT. I told ChatGPT to create an African folktale story of 30 minutes, and the topic should be about the drummer who united two villages. The story should be interesting, captivating, unpredictable and full of life. And also I told it that the names should be in Nigerian names, that the names of the people in the story should be Nigerian names. I also told it that it should give me an Oscar winning story. Of course, me telling it that means I'm telling ChatGPT that I don't want a shabby story. Make it very, very good, like make it top notch. Okay, so ChatGPT went ahead to give me everything I wanted, and I read through the story, and I also corrected some things that I didn't want to be there, added some things that I wanted to add. Also asked ChatGPT how many characters are in the script, and ChatGPT listed all the characters in the script for me. So I checked and I adjusted some names and sent it back to ChatGPT to correct those names, to add the names I changed. Okay, so after ChatGPT did that for me, I told ChatGPT to write 50 prompts for all the actions and scene of the story from the beginning to the end. So ChatGPT went ahead to give me all the prompts for each scene, okay, of the story from the beginning to the end. So this is the work ChatGPT did, and I think I'm satisfied with it. So now we're going to move over to the next step. So for the next step, I went to my browser and typed Grok AI. So Grok AI generates image and videos with prompts, and I think for now it is free. You don't need to pay anything to generate video or to generate image on Grok AI. So head over to Imagine. There's an icon there that says Imagine. We click on the icon. Then you set the frame. Since we are going to create this for YouTube, you need to set the frame to landscape. That's for YouTube video. After setting the frame, you move back to ChatGPT and copy the prompts. Remember that prompts that we told ChatGPT to generate for each scene? Yes, that's the prompt you're going to go back and copy and paste it here. Then click on generate. That arrow you're seeing there is to generate the picture. So as you can see, I clicked on the generate arrow there, and Grok AI started generating pictures based on the prompt I imputed. So you have to just wait a few minutes for the AI to generate the pictures. So after that, you choose the image you like, then you can make video out of it. So you can see make video. So the AI is going to generate a video based on your prompt as well, or it will just do what it wants. But if you want a specific prompt for the video, then you have to type it there. So how you're going to do that is, after downloading the image, you're going to bring back that image to Grok. Then instead of clicking on Imagine, you're going to click on make video. So after that, you're going to type the prompts you want for the video, then you generate, and ChatGPT will give you the exact prompt you want for that video. Then you have to download it again. So now as you can see, our video is ready and it came out very nice. I like how the video came out, although I did not add my own prompt to it. I like it the way it is. So this is what you're going to do for every prompt ChatGPT gave you for each scene. You're just going to copy the scene, paste it here, and generate the image, and also create video off of it. So we're going to move over to the next step, which is merging all the clips and all the pictures we have on CapCut. So here is CapCut. I'm using the desktop version. You can also use your phone if you like. So you're going to click on import and import all the clips you created from Grok AI, or all the clips that you generated from Grok AI. You import them here and merge all of them together based on your storyline and the audio you generated. Yes, lest I forget, before CapCut, before merging all the images or all the clips on CapCut, you are going to generate audio for the storyline you get. So that's what we're going to do now. So on your browser, head over to Google AI Studio. Google AI Studio is known for generating voiceovers, and you can also get Nigerian accents there. I mean, you're going to see how I'm going to do it. So this is how the interface looks like. You're going to head over to mode and click on single mode. Okay, then the voice, you're going to choose any voice you like. I like Corey because it's a female voice and female soft voice. So you're going to choose the style, Firecam Story. That's what I chose. That's the style of the storytelling. So at the end of the style instruction up there, you're going to add Nigerian accents, and I'm going to show you why it's important. If you want your voiceover to sound Nigerian, to sound like it's a Nigerian speaking or it's a Nigerian telling the story, you get. So it's very important. So you're going to copy your story script and paste it here. Okay, then you generate. That button over there that says run control is what you're going to click on to generate your voiceover. Then when it's done generating, you click on save to save your audio to your device. So let's come back to CapCut. You're going to merge all your scenes clip by clip, and when you're done and satisfied with what you've done, you're going to import it to your device. And this is how the final result is going to look like.
Long ago, in a land where the red earth breathed stories and the moon listened carefully to human footsteps, there lived two neighboring villages, Umoke and Alora. They were so close that when Umoke roasted yam at night, the smoke drifted into Alora. When Alora beat palm fruit at dawn, the rhythm woke Umoke's children. The river Oshiri flowed between them, not wide, not deep, but heavy with meaning. Once, the two villages were one people, but stories, like rivers, can change their course. No one remembered exactly how the conflict began. Some elders said it was a broken calabash at a market. Others said it was a disputed farmland near the river bend. A few whispered it was pride dressed as tradition. What everyone agreed on was this: Umoke and Alora stopped speaking. Children were warned never to cross the Oshiri River. Traders turned back when they saw the other villages' colors. Songs were changed, names were avoided. Even the wind seemed to hesitate before crossing the Oshiri River. Worst of all, the drums went silent between them. In Umoke lived Uche, a young man with hands that spoke better than his mouth. He was a drummer. No, not just a drummer. People said when Uche played, ancestors leaned closer to listen. His drum was called Ifelma, a good thing. It had been carved from his grandfather from Iroko wood and tied with antelope skin. When Uche struck it, joy rose. When he softened his hands, tears followed. But Uche had a problem. He played drums for a village that had forgotten to listen. One evening, Uche sat alone at the edge of Oshiri River. The moon fluttered like a white kola nut in the sky. He tapped his drum softly, letting the sound ripple across the water. From the Alora side, a woman paused while fetching water. She listened, then shook her head sadly and walked away. Uche sighed. Even the river listens, but people do not. Back in Omoke, elders gathered nightly to retell old grievances. Chief Obi, tall and iron-voiced, led them. We do not speak to Alora, not today, not ever. Uche stood once during a meeting, heart pounding like a trapped goat. What if, he began. Chief Obi's staff hit the ground. Drummer, play when asked, think when you are alone. Laughter followed. Uche sat down, cheeks burning. At home, his mother, Mama Nkiruka, touched his shoulder. She said, some walls fall slowly. Some fall with music, Mama Nkiruka says. Across the river in Ilora lived Chidera, a storyteller's daughter with laughter that traveled faster than gossip. She sold groundnuts at the market and sang while walking until singing became dangerous. Chidera remembered Umuoke village. She remembered festivals where both villages danced until feet ached and hearts overflowed. She remembered drums calling people by name. Now, silence lived where joy once danced. One afternoon, while returning from the river, Chidera heard drumming again, soft, careful, like a secret. She followed the sound and saw Uche sitting under an ogbono tree, eyes closed, hands moving gently. For a long moment, she just listened. Then, a twig snapped beneath her foot. Uche froze. Their eyes met across the narrow strip of water. Fear rushed in, then curiosity. You play like someone telling the truth, Chidera says to Uche. Uche blinked. You listen like someone who remembers, he says to Chidera. They laughed, nervous, surprised laughter. The river carried it between them. That was how it began. They met secretly by the river. Sometimes they spoke. Often, they didn't need to. Uche played rhythms that asked questions. Chidera hummed melodies that answered. He played anger. She responded with sorrow. He played hope. She replied with laughter. Through sound, they shared stories no elder had allowed to be spoken. One day, Chidera said, "If people heard what you play, they would remember who they are." Uche shook his head. "They will hear only insult." "Then play something they cannot fight," she said. "Play what we were before pride arrived." That night, Uche did not sleep. Each year, both villages once celebrated the Festival of New Yam together. For 7 years, it had been cancelled. That year, Umuoke announced they would celebrate alone. Alora did the same. On the morning of the festival, as Umuoke gathered in the square, Uche was missing. Chief Obi scowled. "Where is the drummer?" No one answered. At the edge of Oshimi River, Uche stood with his drum tied to his back. Chidera stood beside him. "If you cross," she said softly, "they may never forgive you." "If I don't," Uche replied, "they may never heal." He stepped into the river. The water reached his knees, his waist, his chest. Every step felt like a decision carved into stone. From both villages, people noticed. "Is that Uche? Why is he crossing? Has he gone mad?" Uche reached the center of the river and stopped. He placed the drum before him, and he played. The first beat was slow, old, familiar. Elders stiffened. Children leaned forward. The second rhythm followed, the one played at naming ceremonies. Women gasped. Then came the rhythm of mourning, of forgiveness, of weddings long past. People began to cry without knowing why. From Alora, Chidera stepped forward and sang, a song older than the conflict, older than the split. Her voice crossed the river like a bridge. Someone in Umuoke began to clap. Someone in Alora joined. The river did not divide them anymore. Chief Obi pushed forward, fury in his eyes. "This is betrayal," he roared. "He drums with the enemy." From Alora, Elder Sodiq, equally proud, shouted back, "He mocks us with Umuoke's sound." They marched toward the river. Uche did not stop playing. Instead, he changed the rhythm. It was sharp now, broken, angry, the sound of quarrels, of shouting, of silence after violence. The crowd shifted uneasily. Chidera stepped beside Uche and spoke loudly. "This is what you sound like." Her words cut deeper than any insult. Uche's drum softened. He played the rhythm of apology, of two hands reaching at once. Silence fell. Before any elder could speak, a small boy ran forward, Chinedu from Umoke. My grandmother says Alora women bake the best yam. Is that true? Laughter broke like rain. A woman from Alora stepped forward and said, "Come and taste." Chinedu crossed the river. No thunder fell. No curse followed. Another child followed, then another. The elders stood frozen as their world changed without permission. Chifobi's hands trembled. His voice softened. "We forgot," he said quietly, "how to hear." Elder Sodiq nodded. "And how to speak without shouting." They stepped into the river, slowly, carefully, until they met at the center. Uche stopped playing. For the first time in years, the two villages stood together. The festival was celebrated on both sides that day. Food was shared. Stories were retold, some painful, some funny, all honest. Uche became known not just as a drummer, but as Onilu Alafia, the drummer of peace. Chidera's songs were taught to children. The river Oshiri was no longer a border, but a witness. And whenever conflict rose again, as it always does, someone would say, "Bring the drum," because they learned something that day. Unity does not begin with agreement. It begins with listening. And sometimes, all it takes to heal two villages is one brave heart, one honest rhythm, and the courage to cross the river first.
If you've watched to this point, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the story and also hope you learned from the video. Please like and subscribe and also leave a comment below if you have any questions. I read comments, so please don't forget to comment too and share this video to other people who would like to know how to create African folktale stories this way. Thank you so much and see you in the next one.